It seems the U-105 took significantly more damage than expected. Our long stay in port allowed a large portion of the crew to head home and see their families, however, so it wasn't all bad. After the dock workers were finished with the U-105, she was in tip-top shape. We even had a new toy called Metox, a radar warning receiver that should help us avoid those pesky ASW aircraft that are only becoming more and more prevalent. On August 8, 1942, we departed Lorient on our 4th war patrol. We were down one boatsman, however. He was arrested for being extremely intoxicated and attempting to light a fire in the local bar. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome to a brand new episode of my Silent Hunter 3 series. We are in Lorient, as you can see, and let's go ahead and get this boat on the move. And see, we are in lovely Lorient. We have the nice band playing us off here, and some aircraft flying overhead. So let's go ahead and get ourselves to the map and get ready for our 4th war patrol. And actually, let's plot a course out here so we don't run aground, because that would be quite bad for our boat. And plot out like so. There we go. And it's currently August 8th, 1942, so time has progressed significantly since our last patrol, and that is mostly because of the damage we sustained. We also had one crew member who got arrested and is not on board now. He was arrested for being drunk, according to Silent Hunter 3 Commander, so he couldn't make it, unfortunately for us, but it was just a petty officer, so we'll be okay on that end. And let's check out our grid orders. So we're going to grid EE12, and that is kind of back where we were patrolling earlier. It's out here toward on this side of Bridgetown. So we'll head out here, and then we'll probably head back north into the North Atlantic, or maybe off to the coast of Africa. We'll just cross over and hunt convoys over here, and we might refuel at Corrientes and then proceed south. That's the current plan of action anyway. We'll see how things develop. I would like to hopefully try to intercept a convoy en route, but first, to get there, we are going to go south down the coast of Africa and then cut across towards the Caribbean. So that's the current plan. We have some new equipment that I wanted to discuss as well, like the Biscay Cross, which I'm sure most of you saw on the bridge here. So we have a radar warning receiver right here, and that is what this is. So that should come quite in handy in the near future whenever we are being intercepted by radar guided aircraft. And it looks like we have 109s out there just doing a little patrol over the port. Alright, so I think that's about all I have to say. Everything's hunky-dory. The torpedo loadout is fairly normal, except we have significantly more G7Es. We have G7Es and then G7As in the external reserve, so quite exciting. So that is the current plan. We're going to sail down here. Let's actually just go ahead and plot the course. I don't know if I want to cut it that close to Gibraltar, especially at this point in the war. And keep on heading down the coast of Africa. And we might actually piddle around Freetown and then shift over to the Caribbean. And that's what I'll do. That sounds good. Okay, so we'll do something like so, and I will get back to you guys whenever we get into some more action. I'm sure we'll be intercepted by aircraft in the Bay of Biscay and definitely down here towards Gibraltar, so we will see what we find. Well, we have just left Lorient, really, and I just brought us down to periscope depth, and as you can see, it seems the weather issues we've been having have not left us alone. We're only in the Bay of Biscay and it already started raining. We've already run into a squall here, which is quite irritating, but I guess this is kind of a blessing because obviously the British conducted a pretty hefty ASW campaign in the Bay of Biscay here, sending aircraft to hit U-boats on their way in and out from patrols. So we're going to go ahead and just use this opportunity to get out of this death trap of an area rather quickly. And let's see, other than that, nothing else is new. We haven't gotten any exciting radio messages or anything like that. I was thinking maybe we could top off. We could head back north and top off here and fuel, but I don't know if that's really going to be worth it. If anything, I'll head over here and refuel at one of the VIIB tankers and then return home. I'm not too worried about the fuel. The Type 9 boats have an amazing amount of fuel. And after this patrol, I do plan on upgrading my boat to the Type 9C, which has an extra, 40-some tons of fuel. So that should be interesting. Anyway, we're gonna continue onward. I just wanted to give you guys a brief little weather update. A nice morning weather update. It's August 9th now, and well, we're just plucking along. So there's been a surprising lack of enemy activity on our journey south towards Spain. Not a single convoy or sound contact. I have been submerging rather frequently. So I decided to go a little crazy, and we're gonna push a little bit in towards the Strait of Gibraltar here. This is probably a terrible idea, but the weather is not that great, so it should help conceal us here. Although the skies are fine, so there probably will be aircraft here as we push on closer. But we'll see how all of that goes, and if we don't detect anything, we might linger here. Let's get frisky here. Let's move even closer, because I really want to die apparently. It's currently August 14th, 1942 as we push in here, and it's just in the morning, so I probably will submerge here momentarily, as I do expect. If I stay on the surface, I will be picked up by an aircraft. Oh, okay, good chiming game. This lets me demonstrate Metox. This is our radar, detecting radar signal, so this is definitely an aircraft closing in extremely quickly. Let's go ahead and dive rapido, crash dive. And there we go, we spotted it. As you can see, it's not that, it doesn't give you that much of an early warning, but it is significant in comparison to just visual range. Let's go ahead and get on under. So it's a very handy tool that will definitely help us survive here. The Biscay Cross right there is what it was also dubbed by its crews, because it helped them really transit the Bay of Biscay where aircraft were commonplace. And there we are, and we're submerging nicely. Good job, crew. Crew is very efficient at crash dives now. Let's go ahead and get under, and let's go hard to starboard, please. And avoid his depth charges, which I'm sure are inbound. It's a very handy tool, and also I wish I could turn it off and on, but I think maybe I can. No, I actually don't think I am able to, because at a certain point in the war, when the U-boat losses were extremely high, I think this was later in 1943. The British and the Americans as well, to a certain degree, had cracked the Enigma codes, and they couldn't. The U-boats and Donuts couldn't figure out what the hell was going on, why losses were so high, and they automatically assumed that the Allies had created a radar receiver, so they were able to intercept the U-boats because of Metox, which was not the case. But all U-boats were ordered to turn off Metox. And this resulted in another surge in U-boat losses, because obviously that wasn't it. The Allies were just reading radio messages, which is something the game doesn't model as much as I would like, because U-boats were constantly communicating with BDU, shooting off radio messages, and in game it's not really. We don't have to do that. So, but anyway, just a little thing. That makes the game easier than it probably would have been in real life in terms of surviving. But anyway, I think we successfully have evaded these depth charges. Let's go ahead and continue on course and head on this way. But yeah, the radar warning receiver is going to be a godsend, especially as the war progresses. We're already surprisingly far into the war. It's already almost it's August 1942. We're closing in on 1943 here. And 1943 is really when just everything hits the fan for the U-boats. Especially in May, which we'll probably make it to, and probably will be where we die. But we'll see. We'll see how we survive. My goal, obviously, is to make it to the end of the war in this series, but I think a lot of you know that might not happen. If it happens, I would be quite happy. But anyway, let's go ahead and listen on the hydrophone and see if we can pick anything up out here before I let you go. Nope, looks like nothing out there. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do our little patrol around the Strait of Gibraltar. I'm hoping to pick up a convoy heading in or out. That would be quite exciting and quite the thrill, but I don't know if we'll actually find anything. Alright, so I'll go ahead and cut now and get back to you guys shortly. Aircraft coming in. Metox didn't pick them up, unfortunately. Crash dive. I was underwater for quite a while and I decided to go ahead and hit the surface. Obviously that was a mistake. These guys are awfully close. Oh boy. Yikes. 4 kilometers away. I don't see them. Where are they? Okay, look like hurricanes. That's exciting. Thankfully we got under okay. The U-105 is now submerging.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-0.
Oh boy, look at that down angle. That's nuts. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and... Whoa!
Derzeitige Tiefe 2-0.
Are we getting bounced around? Just make sure we didn't get hit there. Let's go ahead and hard to starboard. This guy's already tired. Get in there. Get somewhere.
Derzeitige Tiefe 3-0.
Alright, I think we're going to be okay. I guess they didn't see us, which is quite surprising. We are a fairly small target, and with all that foam being kicked up by the rough seas, we might be a little difficult. Our wake might be a bit harder to pick out. Let's go ahead and go down to 80 meters. Alright, and I think we're good. Rudder amidships, and we'll slow down. Alright, well with that, we'll stay submerged until it's actually dark outside, where we'll resurface. But even though it's dark, we're not necessarily safe, because some of these... Oh, they're flying ahead. You hear them? Yeah, I hear them up there. They must be buzzing the water looking for us. Alright, hold on to your horses, boys. Hopefully we don't get hit by a depth charge. Let's go ahead and start moving a little bit quicker than, 200 RPM. But I think we'll be okay here. Let's go ahead and wait and see. Yeah, I think we're okay. So we successfully evaded those guys. Let's go ahead and continue on our course, and we'll keep patrolling these waters. Alright, we have a merchant ship contact bearing 031. It's long range. It's way out here. It looks like it's heading... Ooh, 2 of them. Okay, let's go ahead and bump our speed up to standard and try to intercept here. It sounds like they're fairly close to us, actually. They're probably within visual. Looks like they're heading pretty much due west here. Ooh, this is exciting. I wasn't expecting to pick these guys up so soon. I mean, I guess what I was trying to say is I expected my hydrophone operator to be able to hear these things a little further away, but I suppose it is quite rough. There's a lot of noise up on the surface. Hopefully these are 2 targets worth freaking shooting at. Okay, let's go ahead and drop down to below 4 knots so we can raise our scope here and take a look at these guys. All right, let's go to the scope, up scope. I was actually just about to leave this area because so far we have not detected anything besides the aircraft, obviously, that have bombed us a little bit. So they're at about 20. Ooh, hello. All right, we have a medium cargo, and then it looks like a small cargo ship down there. So let's go ahead and begin the identification process here. They are pretty close. I don't know if we'll have time to 315 here. No, I don't think we will. So we're going to have to use the UYAGD to establish speed. Alright, I know this is a medium cargo and the other one's some sort of small cargo ship. I didn't get a good look at it. Let's see here. Medium cargo. Mark. We'll get range via sonar. And this looks like a tramp steamer, right? Yep, sure is. Perfect. Alright, let's lock on. Go to... It's our merchant ship. Send out a ping. 1,790 meters. Okay, like so. Set. Let's try to get the target's course. It looks like they're pretty much heading on a course of Well, something similar to, yeah, let's do 265 degrees. Yeah, it looks okay to me. Alright, 265 degrees. Like so. Their angle on bow right now is at about 60. Yeah, 60 something starboard. Or port, excuse me. Speed, we'll get speed very shortly. Let's go ahead and lower our scope a little bit. They are armed. Also, we don't want to mess up our shot here. If they see our scope, then we're kind of in a bad situation. So the draft on, let's go ahead and shoot a salvo at the medium cargo. Tubes 1 and 4. Let's find the, what's the draft of this guy? 9.2 meters, so we're going to set it to 10.2. Magnetic pistol. Speed slow, obviously, because they're G7Es, so they are electric. And yeah, I think that is fine. And then tube 2 we'll shoot at the tramp steamer. The tramp steamer's draft was what, 6 meters? Yeah, 6.8 meters. We'll set to 7.8 meters. Magnetic pistol, short distance. Alright. Looking good. Let's go ahead and try to establish speed now. Start the clock. The draft, or the length of a medium cargo is around 150 meters, I believe. Yeah, 140. So we'll be using the 150 meter scale here to try to get a decent speed reading. It's not going to be very accurate, but it's all we can really do here. Around, they're going fairly slow, so I'm guessing around probably 7 knots here. That's probably my guess. Alright, and once it passes the crosshair mark, yeah, 7 knots. Alright. So everything looks good here. Let's go ahead and check this as well. So he's at about 70 degrees now. Mark. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our tubes 1 and 4. Open tubes 1 and 4. We want a very slight spread. We'll do a 2-degree spread. Gyro angle's at 0 now, so we need to fire very shortly. Alright, tubes 1 and 4. Los. Alright, let's keep it on there. Alright, shift targets. Alright, tube 2, open tube 2. This one's a little different, but it's magnetic. Hopefully we'll have a good shot here. Alright, tube 2. Los. Alright, all torpedoes are away. He's training his gun, scope down, dive, bring me down to 20 meters. Damn it, we've been bamboozled. I don't know if we'll hit now, because they know we're here, so... Looks like my conning tower broached, and one torpedo prematurely exploded once again. But it looks like our other G7E is running hot, straight, and normal. Man, these premature explosions are really just frustrating. But that's okay. That's it comes with the territory, I suppose. But thankfully, this other torpedo here isn't running extremely deep. It looks like it's running at a fairly good depth for an impact. You know, one well-placed torpedo should be enough to break a medium cargo. I know one torpedo is certainly enough to break that tramp steamer there, and it looks like despite his evasive maneuvers, we are still going to get a hit here. It's going to go right underneath the hull. And here we go. Moment of truth. There we go. That was right smack dab in the middle. That's a pretty good, right in the under the bridge. That's a pretty good hit right there. Don't know how critical it will be. I'm not sure where torpedo number 3 is. Oh, we just missed the tramp steamer, unfortunately. That's okay. We at least got a hit on the big boy here, the appetizing target. Oh man, let's see if he actually slows down because of that hit. I have a feeling he will. Man, I can't believe I got sighted. Yeah, my conning tower was broaching, and also my scope was up kind of high. So that's probably what happened there. And I'm sure he's experiencing some sort of flooding. but we'll find out here momentarily. So I'm gonna go, let's go take a look at them. Oh yeah, she's listing. She's a little lower in the water compared to the tramp steamer. It looks like the tramp steamer is starting to overtake her, so hopefully she'll continue to flood and we'll be able to... Well, thank you for that wonderful insight. I appreciate that. We'll see. She doesn't look too bad, actually, though. I guess the hit wasn't too devastating there, but looked pretty good to me. Anyway, I will keep you guys updated on the situation of this medium cargo, and we'll see. We might have to shoot another torpedo at it and finish her off. Unfortunately, it's obviously too rough to use guns. If we were able to use guns, I would have, but I think since we have launched already 3 torpedoes, I might refit at here before continuing down south. Might as well, right? Take what we can get and continue our patrol. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut here and keep tabs on the cargo and keep you folks updated as per usual. So I've been tracking the merchant ships I've crippled, and they seem to be sailing on their merry way without any issues, but I've picked up a warship and a merchant to the north as well, so I will need to keep my eye on these. I think I'm gonna wait till nightfall to overtake these guys and set up for another position. They're still zigzagging at the moment, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and reload torpedoes now. We can't reload at our current depth because of the choppy seas, but we're gonna go ahead and submerge down to what did I say? Yeah, 40 meters and reload here. And then I'll come up and torpedo the medium cargo one more time, and that should be enough to put her under, and then we'll check out maybe if these guys are still here, what they are. But my priority right now is the ship we've already torpedoed, because I want to finish it off instead of going on another goose chase over here. So I'll continue to stalk this convoy here until nightfall, which should be relatively soon. So it's currently just before midnight here, and I'm currently stalking these ships, and they are doing some weird zigzag patterns. Gosh darn it. Oh boy, I broke my diesel engines because I was stressing them out too much. Honestly didn't realize I was even going flank there like for that long, but anyway, a minor hiccup. But anyway, yeah, look at what they're doing. I really wish I had my guns right now. I could bring my deck gun to bear because this is just wonky. This shot is going to be relatively difficult because of their erratic zigzag patterns. So we'll go ahead and we'll try it though. We'll try it. Hopefully we can get something. In the meantime, I'm gonna wait until his little pattern is complete here, and then I'll 315 him and try to establish a somewhat reasonable speed for the target, because he is constantly adjusting speed, which is once again gonna make it a little more difficult, a little more interesting. Well, let's go ahead and just start it now then. All right, start the clock. All right, and we'll slowly close in. It is pitch black outside. I'll go ahead and go to the bridge. As you can see, it is extremely dark. I mean, nice and clear skies, but it's a moonless night. Our scope is up. But yeah, it's a moonless night, so it's fairly dark. I will, however, make this attack submerged, even though I was thinking of trying it on the surface, but I don't want to risk getting spotted and hit by their guns. All right, passing 3 minutes, so we should be, see, look how little, are they really going that slow? Oh my goodness. But look, it looks like it's almost dead stop now. All right, let's go ahead and mark that and see on average how fast is he going. It's like 5 knots. Okay, that seems reasonable, and I'm gonna have to try to get him when he's on a good angle for us. This is when I wish I had a G7A loaded, so that way I could you know, set the torpedo on a fast speed and it run at 44 knots towards the target instead of our G7Es, which only run 30 knots. So the faster speed would definitely help in this sort of scenario, but we'll just have to get awfully close to the target. All right, let's go ahead and go down the periscope depth now. Now it looks like we already repaired our starboard diesel engine. It wasn't anything that drastic, it seems, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and slow down as well, so my hydrophone operator can pick these guys up. All right, let's see. They're off at 280. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop this. Get this out of the way. Oh, there she is. Right there. And there's the medium cargo, which will be our target. Let's go ahead and lock that in. And I'm debating... Yeah, we'll shoot magnetic once again, and we'll only shoot one. And if we miss, we'll just... Oh, no, we're picking something else up way up here. That's interesting. Well, we'll have to figure out what that is here momentarily. It could be a potential target. I'm not going to waste a torpedo on this small zigzagging ship. I'd rather hit the one that is... let's see, this ship is just heading east, it seems. So go ahead and mark that. And focus on the task at hand right now. Let's try to close this freaking gap as quickly as possible. Like I said, I want to be nice and close. Let's go flank. Try to push another knot out of the boat. I want to be extremely close for this shot. And we're not going to be able to see much. Alright, let's go ahead and slow down. Alright, let's up scope. Yeah, like I said, I want to be very close for this shot. There she is. Lock on target. Alright, range. Let's go ahead and use the statometer this time. Actually, oh, why would I? I'm assuming this is our, my stupid phone's going off. Alright. Really? He's that far out? Well, it looks like... Well, let's do it myself. Might be having some issues with our sonar. Yeah, that sounds good. 1 kilometer out. Speed, let's go ahead and set that to 5 knots. Angle on bow is obviously going to be a bit different right now. I think they're more or less on the same course that they were heading on earlier. Although with the zig and zagging, that's not going to be the same. Let's see. Alright. So like probably, we'll just put 30 degrees here for now. Actually, his angle on bow is actually rather bad right now. We'll wait until he's at a better, better position to conduct the attack. Just make sure tube 2, we'll shoot tube 2, set the magnetic. We're gonna draft on this ship is 9.2 meters. We'll set it to 10.2. And oh boy, he's coming right for us. So, all right, here we go. He's coming back around for a nice angle. All right, this is gonna be one. Maybe I should. No, this is one we're gonna shoot. Wow, he's awfully close. But that's fine. That's perfect. Open tube 2. Range is significantly less. We're going to go ahead and go with 500 meters. Our torpedoes have an arming distance of 300 meters, so this should work out. Let's lower our scope as well so they don't see it again. Alright, angle on bow right now. Just do 90. And we'll fire when he's at close to 90. Okay, no, I think this is actually as good as it's going to get for us. Alright, tube 2. Fire. Alright, tube 2 is away. Let's track it because this is always exciting. Looks like the torpedo is running hot straight normal towards the target. It is pretty much just a shotgun blast. This is like a knife fight right here. So I'm expecting an impact. I wanted to get that close to compensate for his outrageous maneuvers. And bam, there we go. Perfect. As another hit, and we have a fire on board as well. That has to be enough to drag her under the waves. Let's go ahead and lower scope, drop down to 40 meters. And make a turn so we don't have a collision here. And there's no way that ship is going to be able to survive that now. I have a feeling it'll sink by flooding. And also I want to, let's mark what direction that ship, it was on a course of like 090 way up there. But yeah, I think that medium cargo, oh yeah, she is listing very heavily in the water. Very low in the water as well. That was another very good hit. We hit her relatively in the same spot we hit with our last torpedo, but yeah, this ship is going to go down. It's only a matter of time, however. I'm going to let the little tramp steamer go here because that's not worth another torpedo. I shot one and missed. It's not worth the second torpedo. Alright, and as you can see, the other cargo ship is already dead in the water. More or less. Maybe they got their engines all started up again. We'll see how their damage control is, but I'm going to lay in wait here until we hear her breaking up. And then we'll move northeast towards this other target and see what's going on up there. And she's going down. We got the confirmation. Let's take a look. And there she is. Well, that was quite exciting. We've already launched 4 torpedoes at one target. Granted, one was a premature explosion and the other missed. But we got 2 hits out of that, so... overall, not great, but not terrible. It's not perfect, but not bad, I don't think. We ended up sinking the ship, which was obviously our primary goal. I'm going to let the other one go away, as I said. I don't really see a justification for engaging that one again. Especially such a small ship doing those zigs and zags is going to be a little harder to hit. But I do want to investigate that ship to the north. But anyway, this is going to end this episode. So thank you all for watching. As always, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you guys on the next one, where we'll probably resupply at the U-Tanker and then head on towards the Caribbean. So I'll see you guys soon.